Good afternoon, Renaissance scholars. I miss you, I love you, I'm glad to speak to you, even for a little bit, about our Rise Up characteristic this week, and it's unity, humility. So, if you remember, the definition of unity is the ability to come together with other people and work towards a common goal. So what does that mean? Right now, our common goal would be to social distance, to make sure we're following directions in our home, to make sure that our home is safe and a fun place to be. That's what unity means. And then we show unity by being humble. And so what is humility? Humility means not thinking or acting like you are better or more important than anyone else. So you're not more important than your mom or your dad. They're not more important than you. You're not more important than your big brother or your little brother, your big sister or your little sister. We're all equals and we're all built in the likeness of the Lord and Jesus, who loves us so much. Why is that important? Because the opposite of humility is pride. And our Bible verse this week is from James 4:10, and it says, "Humble yourself before the Lord, and he will exalt you." One more time, James 4:10. It says, "Humble yourself." And we talked about that meaning that we're not important than anybody else, and we think we're better than anybody else. And he will exalt you. Exalt you means he's going to take you places you could never dream of. He's going to bless your life overflowing. He's going to put you over people because he loves us so much. And the opposite of humility is pride. And pride is when we get in our feelings and we think that we're better than people, or we think that we're smarter than people. And that's not a good thing. It can interfere with our ability to hear and receive Jesus. And I want to give you an example of what that might look like. So here's the example for today. And the example is, if you look at this cup, the cup represents our body. And the red liquid that you see in there represents us being humble. And the rest of the space, the empty part of the glass, represents our pride, right? And if a person continues to fill themselves up with humility, look what happens. There's less space, look at the space going away, for pride to sneak up. The more you are humble, the more you submit to God's will, the less space for pride to sneak in. And if we don't let pride sneak in, guess what happens to our ability to be humble? It is overflowing. It is overflowing. And we become a blessing to other people. And we become a blessing to ourselves. And we become a blessing that Jesus wants to acknowledge and reward. So how can we do that? Well, first of all, we can always give and receive compliments. That's a big thing. We can always tell people how much we love them and appreciate them and how great they look and how smart they are. Who doesn't want to hear that? Another part of being humble and showing humility is asking for help. If you can do that in life, you will get so far. Always ask for help. Don't be that person who just tries to figure it out on their own. And most importantly, apologize for our mistakes. If you make a mistake, you just admit it, apologize, and move on. And we can also do it by exhibiting one of our other Rise Up characteristics, and that's respect. We can respect everyone, and respect is honoring Jesus, others, and ourselves. And if we do that day in and day out, life will be great for us. Here's one that's super important right now. Don't complain. We have a unique situation, different than anything that we've experienced, but we, if we're watching this, have a phone or a technology device to do that, and so we're blessed. We have a roof over our head and food in our stomach, so it is a tough situation, but we shouldn't complain. And most importantly, we always need to be grateful. If you can be grateful during this time, that's how you can increase your humility and leave no area for pride to sneak in. So again, humble yourself before the Lord, and he will exalt you. James 4:10. Humility is the ability to come together, work together, and understand we're not better than anybody else. And here's our message today. Always stay humble, always be kind. I love you, I miss you, and I look forward to seeing you soon and talking with you again. Bye-bye.